Have you ever pondered how profoundly the Bible has influenced literature throughout history? It's a question that might not have crossed your mind, but the impact is far-reaching and undeniable. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the bell to keep being updated on the historical journey. Let's journey back to the cradle of civilization, the birthplace of biblical literature. Our story begins with the Old Testament, a collection of texts that would go on to shape the world of literature. These texts, deeply rooted in early Jewish culture and history, offer a diverse range of narrative, poetic, and wisdom literature that laid the groundwork for various literary genres that we see today. The Old Testament is more than just a religious text. It's a treasure trove of stories and teachings that have deeply influenced Jewish literature. From the epic tales of Adam and Eve, Noah's Ark, and the Exodus, to the poetic verses of the Psalms and the wisdom literature of Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, each book is a testament to the power of storytelling and the enduring appeal of these narratives. But let's not forget the cultural and historical significance of these texts. They offer a window into the lives, beliefs, and traditions of an ancient civilization. They've served as a guide, a source of moral lessons, a beacon of hope, and a tool for understanding the human condition. And it's not just the narrative and poetic forms that have left their mark. The wisdom literature, with its poignant insights and sage advice, has influenced a whole genre of wisdom literature in subsequent cultures, from the Greek philosophers to the great thinkers of the Middle East. The influence of the Old Testament extends beyond the confines of Jewish literature. Its narratives, teachings, and wisdom have found their way into early Christian texts, laying the groundwork for the New Testament. This intermingling of texts, ideas, and beliefs is an example of how literature evolves, borrows, and influences across boundaries. The Old Testament not only shaped Jewish literature, but its influence extended to early Christian texts, setting the stage for the New Testament. The story doesn't end there, but that's a tale for another scene. With the advent of the New Testament, the Bible's literary influence broadened immensely. As the New Testament emerged, its impact on early Christian literature was profound. The Gospels and numerous letters, written in the first century, were instrumental in the formation of Christian theology. They not only served as religious texts, but also as a prime example of narrative literature, influencing the way stories were told for centuries to come. The New Testament introduced a unique narrative style, characterized by its personable and relatable tone. It presented its message through direct and simple language. This was a stark contrast to the grandeur and formality of classical literature, making it more accessible to the masses. The New Testament also contributed significantly to Western literature by introducing themes of love, sacrifice, and redemption. These themes resonated deeply with people and were subsequently woven into countless literary works. Moreover, the Bible played a pivotal role in the development of literary devices. Parables, allegories, and metaphors, which are abundant in the New Testament, were adopted and adapted by writers in different eras. They utilized these devices to convey complex ideas and moral lessons, adding depth and layers to their narratives. As we delve into medieval and Renaissance literature, the Bible's influence becomes even more pronounced. For instance, Dante's Divine Comedy, one of the greatest works of world literature, is steeped in biblical themes and references. The journey through hell, purgatory, and heaven mirrors biblical teachings about sin, repentance, and salvation. Similarly, John Milton's Paradise Lost, an epic poem from the 17th century, retells the biblical story of Adam and Eve. Milton's work is a testament to the Bible's enduring influence, as it uses biblical narratives to explore profound questions about human nature and divine providence. From Dante's Divine Comedy to Milton's Paradise Lost, the Bible's influence was unmistakable, and it continued to shape literature into the modern era. Even in our modern world, the Bible's influence on literature remains profound. The sacred text continues to serve as a wellspring of inspiration for contemporary authors, finding its way into novels, poetry, and plays. Consider Ernest Hemingway, one of the 20th century's most celebrated authors. His novel, The Old Man and the Sea, is replete with biblical allusions. The protagonist's struggle against the Marlin mirrors the trials and tribulations of Job, while his eventual triumph echoes the redemption narratives prevalent in the Bible. Hemingway's sparse prose and stark themes often reflect the Bible's own narrative style, underscoring the text's enduring influence on his work. F. Scott Fitzgerald, another literary giant, also drew from the biblical well. His magnum opus, The Great Gatsby, is a modern-day parable of the prodigal son, with J. Gatsby's rise and fall echoing the biblical tale's themes of ambition, excess, and ultimate redemption. Fitzgerald's evocative descriptions and complex characters often bear the imprint of biblical archetypes, bringing ancient stories to life in the Jazz Age. T.S. Eliot, one of the most important poets of the 20th century, is yet another example of the Bible's pervasive influence. His landmark poem, The Wasteland, is a mosaic of biblical references, from the prophetic visions of Ezekiel to the apocalyptic imagery of Revelations. Eliot's work is a testament to the Bible's ability to inspire and challenge, even as it confounds and mystifies. Today, the Bible continues to shape modern literature in diverse and unexpected ways. Contemporary authors employ biblical themes and narratives to explore timeless questions of morality, identity, and human nature. Whether through subtle allusions or explicit references, the Bible's reach extends beyond the confines of religious discourse, making its mark on the broader literary landscape. The Bible's influence on literature, from its genesis to the present, is a testament to its enduring power and relevance. Its stories and themes resonate with authors and readers alike, affirming its place as a cornerstone of world literature. So, what does this historical journey reveal about the Bible's influence on literature? It shows us that the Bible's influence is pervasive and enduring, starting from its origins as a seminal piece of literature. It has served as a cornerstone for early Jewish and Christian texts, providing a narrative blueprint that has deeply permeated these traditions. Moving forward into the medieval and Renaissance eras, the Bible's impact was no less profound. It functioned as a source of inspiration and a guide, shaping the narrative structures and themes of some of the most influential works of these periods. Even in our modern era, the Bible's influence persists. It continues to inspire, challenge, and provoke thought in contemporary literature, demonstrating its enduring relevance. The Bible, this ancient text, has irrefutably shaped literature throughout history, proving that its influence is as timeless as the stories it tells. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more insightful content.